Okay, yeah, hello, welcome to my presentation. I hope English is okay. I could also offer a German, but I don't think it's that much better. My Czech, it's a bit limited. Yeah, what do I want to present to you today? It's in this topic of my presentation, Touchless 3D, a new dimension in fingerprint technology. Yeah, it's easy to say that. For me, it's a new dimension because nobody else does it like this. And we are a Swiss company. And my name is Torsten Meister. I'm the CTO, the Chief Technology Officer of this company. And yeah, interesting was when I saw the invitation or the program of this conference, that my name, my family name, was translated to all the other languages. Yeah, unfortunately, it's possible with this name. It has a meaning in all the other languages, but the right name is Meister and not Master or something like this. What you find there. Okay. Yeah, why I'm here? We have now 3-4 years lasting partnership with the university here, with the Faculty of Information Technology. And yeah, to speak frankly, we found very well-skilled people here, specialists for the biometric field, and it turned out to be, for us, the ideal cooperation. So what do I want to tell you today? I want to tell you something about technology that we offer, that unique and patented technology that we own. And I want to tell you a bit more about what we do with this technology, yeah? What systems we build up with that, and what are the security aspects that we need to take care of and that we need to address. Okay, so short overview. I split it a bit in 3 parts. To be honest, I didn't know what audience I have to expect today. And if you are all biometric specialists, then I maybe could skip the full first part, but I don't think so. Yeah, so I will give you some introduction into the biometric field. Then I will present our technology, which is, yeah, I will not get that much into details, but of course, if you like that, what I tell you, and if you are interested to know more, you can go to our webpage or you could get in contact with me directly. Because when I said that we are partnering with the university here, that means we are always open for new people that are committed to biometrics, that want to do more in that field. So if you need to, or if you want to have more information, just get in touch. And in the last part of my presentation, I will tell you a bit more about our way from a sensor manufacturer towards a solution provider. Because the role of TBS, of Touchless Biometric Systems, is the company name. The role of this company has totally changed in the last years. Yeah, driven by the market, I would say, because at the end, it's for each commercial company the same thing we want to sell. Yeah, it's nice to have a sensor that nobody else has, but when you cannot sell it, then it's, yeah, unfortunately not that much worth. Okay, let me start with the first part. Introduction to biometrics. When you hear about biometrics in the newspaper, in the media, in the TV, it's a bit like science fiction sometimes. Yeah, you all know it from some movies, but to speak frankly, and maybe you could imagine, this is not the reality. Yeah, it was said that biometrics is the key to solve all the security problems of the 21st century. Is it reality or is it fiction? I think there are some points that clearly speak for that thesis. And first is, oh, what's this? Is it because of my speech or what? No. Okay. First is, biometrics makes a very secure identification possible. What does it mean? It is not like if you know a PIN that maybe somebody else also knows, or if you have a card in your hands that somebody could steal and then he has your identity. Biometrics is a true identity, and that gives you some very high security to enter a building or something like this. Another benefit, it's very unique and constant. If you have a look on your fingerprint, okay, maybe you didn't check it carefully when you were very young, yeah, but the fingerprint is not changing. It is a bit changing its dimension, of course, yeah, but the central information is always the same, and it's very, very unique. There are not two persons in the world that have more than 7 of these characteristic points at exactly the same place. Yeah? So this is very, something that makes it very well suited for identification purposes. It's always available. Yeah? You have it always with you. You don't need to carry a card or something like this. Flexible, can be adapted to situation and user group. This means more that you have various technologies and you have various parameters that you can play with to make it fitting to your application. Yeah? Can be combined with other systems. Of course, we have this also in our devices, that you can combine it with PIN, you could combine it with card, just to overcome some limits in terms of huge populations or something like this. And it's convenient and user-friendly. I don't know how many of you did already use biometric systems, and maybe not all of them will confirm that it is convenient and user-friendly. I would say there are systems on the market that do not fulfill this statement, and that there are others, like ours, of course, that are perfectly confirming this. And I will tell you later a bit more why this is the case. Yeah, but there are also some contrapoints. What speaks against that? Some biometric technologies, and this is an open secret, they are not mature yet. Yeah, they are in some laboratory, they work well, or they work well with maybe 10 persons. But when it goes into the real challenge, meaning matching against thousands, yeah, then you see what is a good system and what is not that a good system. Okay, the market consolidation has just started. Just one first word regarding to that. A lot of companies show up every year which are doing biometric stuff. Yeah, you can get hundreds of sensors from China, but when you want to protect your investment, you are not sure if this company is there the next year. Yeah? So don't think about support, don't think about having new models or something like this. This consolidation just started, and it will take some years until the strong competitors or the strong players in this market will offer their solutions only. And this is the last point is a big contra. Biometrics is not deterministic, so it's always based on probabilities, which is at the end that what made some systems not really stable. They don't provide what you expect from them because they have some thresholds to say it's you or it's not you. And if this whole system, which is not only sensor, it's sensor, algorithm, much more things, if this is not adjusted correctly to each other, then they fail. Yeah? And how often they fail, that at the end defines the quality of such a system. So finally, biometrics is just one aspect of a sophisticated security concept. You cannot trust on it alone, but it could take a big share in your security approach if you use it the right way. So fingerprint, what else? Just to go through it very, very fast, we focus on fingerprint for 2 reasons. First is when you see this diagram, yeah? These both parts are the parts that are covered by fingerprint systems. It's much more than 50% nowadays. Yeah? The reason is simple. Fingerprint systems, a lot of them exist on the market. Yeah? And as I said, the fingerprint is very constant and it's very easy to detect. Yeah? You could do it in several ways, but it's very easy to detect. And it's a technology that was evolving over years, which is not the case for some others. A very interesting technology also is face recognition. You surely heard about that, and the vision here is really at one day to detecting the face in the crowd. Yeah, I just have one camera, want to see or want to find this student, and I have it immediately, which is not that easy, yeah, because you need high resolution cameras, you need you need some uniqueness to detect, which limits the systems, but they are evolving, and I think they will come more and more to the market in the next years. Iris recognition, another important factor in this biometric world. The high price segment somehow blocks that, but yeah, it has definitely some applications. And there are some others coming up, like hand and finger vein systems. They are more often, especially from Asia, you have some players in the market that offer good systems. Yeah. But as said, fingerprint still takes more than 50% of the market share. And that's why TBS said, okay, fingerprint, a lot of systems on the market all do it more or less the same way. You touch something and done. Yeah. There should be another way to do that, a more secure way and a more stable way. And that's why we invented this touchless fingerprint reader. Okay, biometric processes. Are you familiar with that? Can I maybe go through just very fast? The first step that you always need to go through is the user registration, the so-called enrollment. That means you give your fingerprint, your iris, face, whatever, to an operator, and he stores it in a database. Yeah? This is a process that at the end, it's the only process in the biometric world that is guided. So the better you do that, yeah, the better the sample that you provide for the database, the better your overall system performance. So this is a very, very important process. And then there is, of course, the interesting one, the matching. If you go to a door, or if you wherever want to use that, then you need to get matched against either a reference database, which could be huge, which could be small, depending on the population, or you do it one-to-one. That means you maybe have your fingerprint on a card, you present it to the reader, and then it will be a one-to-one check against your live sample. Yeah? But the real challenge is this one-to-many, one-to-any identification. And this is why we are really focusing on that, because we think this is something that the market needs, one-to-many. But it requires something, and I will tell you later what exactly that is. Parameters, just to mention them, how good the biometric system is. You see when you measure how often the right person is detected or a wrong person is let through. Yeah, so there are theoretical rates, false reject rate, false accept rate, but I think it is too much theory here now to tell you exactly the details. But at the end, all the biometric system providers have only one goal. They want to, They want to bring this point down, this so-called equal error rate. The lower this number is, the better your biometric system. And I can tell you there are companies from China that bring curves and numbers that you could never believe. Yeah? And you cannot believe, because at the end they are not true. When you have a database with 1,000 users that are handpicked, yeah, so you know exactly that they have good fingers, then you will have an ideal curve here. Yeah? But this is not a reality. Big population, critical fingers, this is the real challenge. And this is why we do our systems. Okay, back to security, because this is the main topic today. Yeah, standard statement, a system is as secure as its weakest part. Biometrics is just part of the total security concept and solution. And of course, we have to make sure that biometrics is not the limiting factor. Yeah? What are the risks with biometrics? I think you know about these first things, data security. We have to make sure that the data is saved, is stored in a very safe and secure way. Yeah? We have to secure the data transfer between devices in the network and a central server. Can biometric data be interpreted and repeated, which means when you have, for example, something on your card, yeah, your fingerprint was taken, written to a card, if somebody finds it, could he reuse it or not? Yeah? This is something that you need to take care. You don't store usually on these cards, you don't store images. Yeah? You store so-called templates, meaning something like a map of your finger characteristic points, but is there a chance to take it and to misuse it? Yeah? And last point, which comes more and more into attention, can biometric data be revoked? I don't know if you are familiar with this terminology. Revoking means, can I make, if somebody has stolen my identity, my fingerprint, yeah, can I make it invalid afterwards? Or is it something, because my fingerprint is not changing, yeah, but can I make it invalid? How can I make that? And new technologies try to take your fingerprint and try to combine it with a random value and then to hash that at the end, the fingerprint information, this fingerprint template, so that at the end, when you just make this random data invalid and the hash invalid, yeah, you can create from the same fingerprint another identity, and the old one is revocable. This is something that is very often needed, especially when you need one-time identification for at the airports. They want to give to clients there a ticket with your fingerprint on it, but just a hash value. You use it once to enter a flight, and then it's gone. Yeah? Such technologies are coming, and as a biometric system provider, you need to be at the pulse of these new technologies to be one of the first in this market. But on the other side, besides data security, there is the process security, which is very important. Is the biometric process itself stable? Yeah? When you present your finger, does it really take every time the same thing, or is the sensor so bad that the quality suffers from the way how you present your finger? Yeah? And, very important point, is the biometric process safe against spoofing? Maybe when you check the internet, then you see very often possible attacks against standard fingerprint systems. Yeah? Just make a gummy finger and place it correctly, and you are able to pass a lot of biometric systems. What can we do as a biometric solution provider to overcome that? I will tell you a bit more later on. Okay, now it gets more interesting, the TBS technology. We were founded in 2003 and had only one vision. Yeah? We were focusing on the development of a very new and unique fingerprint sensor. And sensor means really only this component that maybe has a USB connection and can be connected to a PC or something like this, and does the fingerprint imaging in a new way. And this new way is schematically shown at the right side. Yeah? So all what we do is that we place 3 cameras surrounding the finger. That's why we call this device TBS Surround Imager, yeah? And make 3 snapshots. Sounds simple, isn't it? Yeah, so why other companies don't do that? Yeah? The reason is simple, because it's much more complex than it seems. Yeah? Because when you illuminate the finger, when you take snapshots, you have to be very careful that there are no shadow effects, that there are no over-illumination, something like this. So this is it took us about 2.5 years to have a first prototype running. And it's good and it's bad. Of course, it took us away from the market for this time, but the good thing is that nobody else can do it very fast. Yeah? And it's a very complex technology, but at the end we use commercial cameras like you have maybe in your mobile, or maybe in your mobile you have even better cameras. But it's, yeah, this is the basis behind that, and we came up first with a 5-camera system, but then we said, okay, instead of these sensors, we want to make terminals, devices like this. I want to show it in operation, but yeah, I don't find here the power outlet. But maybe if you want to see it later, I can give you a demonstration. But we want to bring it into such a device that you could mount on your wall, and then you have an access control system, something like this. So we need to make it small. And the good thing was that we were granted by the US government we got about $3 million to develop that technology, yeah, to bring it into a system that they could capture all 10 fingers within 30 seconds. Yeah, because when I don't know if somebody of you was at the police here and need to give all the 10 fingers, but it is a long-lasting process. And with our technology is a matter of seconds. Yeah? This was one of the main drivers of this technology. What do we have? You see it here at the left side. Of course, we are not out of the market, because when we have something which can create 3D data, how to match them? There is no matcher for 3D fingerprint data. All the fingerprint matchers use flat pictures. Yeah? So what we do is that at the end, we make it flat. Yeah? We take 3 snapshots, and then we do some line projection on the finger so that we have a complete 3D model and can virtually roll that. And this virtually rolling at the end creates so-called rolled equivalent fingerprints that are compliant to standard 2D technology. We have also a second part. We call it Approx 3D, which does approximately 3D, which is good for access control. But the full 3D technology, this is what really makes us unique. Advantages, just in short words: superior image quality. So you have no failure to enroll. You see really the photo. Even if you have almost no lines on your finger, you see enough to do an identification. Image stability. Every time if you place it, it's not dependent if you have a wet finger or a very dry finger, which standard systems suffer from. It's always the same picture that you get. A very large capture area, because you see it from various sides. When you take the standard sensors, you see just the center image or just a small fraction of it. Yeah? And this was a point that I mentioned before about convenience. There is a built-in user guidance. That means when you operate this device, there's a touch screen here, and it shows you in real time where your finger is. And it tells you also where the finger should be. Yeah? So all these factors at the end have an influence on the matching performance. And these points that I mentioned with the process security to make the image stable and repeatable, yeah, this is optimally addressed with this technology. You cannot misuse it. Yeah? It tells you exactly where to go with your finger until the finger is captured. So it's a self-learning experience. Okay, in terms of accuracy, just 2 samples what it means. You see on the top left side, this is a fingerprint taken with our technology, such a rolled equivalent. It's quite small. I think you don't see all the details. But at the end, I think it's not exactly the same, but this is just a typical one, how our images look like, and a typical good one of a touch technology. And when you look here carefully, you see this part looks like an island. Yeah? And an automatic system would interpret this side as an end. Yeah? But when you look very carefully here, it's exactly the same part of the finger. You see that, of course, it is a bit deeper, yeah, this connection between these 2 ridges. But it's a connection, so it's a fork. It's not an island. Yeah? So you see with this camera-based technology, which is not based on touching something, you see really the ground truth. You see exactly what is on the finger. Yeah? This is one of the differences. But also, how about compatibility? When you see modern AFIS systems, meaning such automatic fingerprint identification systems that you have at government or civil applications, we need to have compatibility. So we developed, and this was one of the parts that we did together with the university here, we developed some mechanisms to make out of this touchless image an image that looks like such a touch image. Yeah? So we need to address that as well to be ready for such applications. Okay, final part. Why do we move away from this sensor? Why do we want to be a system provider? And what does it mean for the security aspects? What do we need to take care of? When I roughly separate the possible applications, there is one side which is access control, time and attendance. That means in companies when you want to enter a building or when you want to capture time and attendance records to have a yearly or monthly statistics, how long you have worked, then you need something like this. You use these terminals mount them at the wall, and they will just identify you and send the data to a central server. What do you need there? You have small to medium-sized applications, or not that much people in the database, and you mainly target on single-factor identification. That means very often it's enough just to present your fingerprint. Yeah? When the database is not too big, no problem at all. It's very often a networked environment. So what we need at the end, yeah, is a complete biometric subsystem, not only a sensor, a subsystem, yeah, which focuses on this process security, meaning that you can handle it in an easy way and it produces stable results. Because whatever you do with biometrics, at the end, only one thing counts: is the yes or no decision correct or not? Yeah? But when you see civil, governmental, or criminal ID applications, it's a bit different. Yeah? You have huge databases there. Yeah? You have a PC-based environment. What do you want to have here? You want to have, at the end, high-quality biometric sensors that are able to capture your fingerprint exactly. And you want to store the fingerprint data rather than a template which is generated. You want to really store the fingerprint data to reuse it at a later time. So this focuses much more on data security, how to store the fingerprints, how safe to make them, something like this. And for us as a biometric system provider, we want to address both. We want to make business in the time and attendance and access control business, but also in the governmental business. And that's why we made it, we made solutions out of our technology. That means, for example, for the governmental and the civil market, we bundled our full 3D sensor. This is the sensor with the 3 cameras and the line projectors inside, with some demo software and a software development kit to create this rolled equivalent, and also to go one step further to be prepared for the future. They can also capture the real 3D finger, yeah? Which means that you can really rotate it in space and you see exactly the 3D shape of your fingerprint. Yeah? And they want to use that really to store and to handle this data in huge systems. Yeah? We had one example, it was in Brazil, where they want to use something like this for voters registration, because there, when they go for voting, there are a lot of people that do it 10 times and nobody cares. Yeah? But with such a system, you could handle such applications. This is full 3D technology. This so-called approximately 3D means that we don't have the line projectors. We just have 3 images and combine them in an intelligent way to have a bigger view on things. Yeah? But these are smaller installations. What do we deliver there? We have the enrollment sensor, of course, which at the end brings the people in the database. And we have terminals. This is the new design, the new 2012 design, which is newer than this one that I have with me, which can be mounted at a door or something like this. But important is that here you have really a complete system. So you need to combine that with some web software. This is our newest software running in a browser. We call it BioAdmin. And at the end, what you form is a turnkey solution. Yeah? The customer can use it, can build it in, and have all the biometric aspects solved. Or, of course, he has some interfaces to his own infrastructure, which you can connect via web services or something like this. This is, yeah, it's a totally different application than the upper one, but we as a biometric system provider want to address both of them. Okay, yeah, this is the last part. This is the new product line, 2012. You see that a lot of devices exist, yeah, and this is the 3D world, which makes us unique. But to speak frankly, when we go to exhibitions or we speak with customers, at the end they are all attracted by 3D because it's something new and unique. But at the end, very often, they buy 2D because it's enough for them. Yeah? So we said, okay, let's offer both. Let's complete our portfolio. We are not only providers of sensors, we provide systems. And what sensor at the end the user, the customer takes, up to them. Yeah? So it's a big and huge portfolio, and a very big part of that devices was developed here in Brno. Okay, last but not least, some final words concerning security. These new devices that we have designed and bring to the market, they consequently are focusing on both aspects, on data security, because we do a very strong template encryption. Yeah? We have also the database holding the templates. We additionally encrypt it with AES algorithms. And of course, this is, especially for this access control applications, has the same importance. Yeah? You need to have a safe communication channel. It doesn't help if you protect your device perfectly, but at the end somebody is able to do a man-in-the-middle attack and to put some data onto the network and will get recognized there, yeah, on server side. So all these aspects were addressed in the new software solutions, and also this process security related things, that we have a very mature live finger detection, yeah, which really tells you if this person is alive or if he tries to do it with a gummy finger or some paper on his, wrapped on his finger. And all these things together form a very high secure solution that I think, there are not that much competitors in offering such complete systems in the world. Good. That's it. Finally, just to show you that we also get a bit awarded for that what we did. We had 2 awards from Frost & Sullivan. This year, last year we got the Biometrics Product Leadership Award, which means with these new devices that we brought out, this is something really special. But our real award is at the end if the customers like it. Yeah? And as said, when you want to get in contact, just drop me a line if you're interested in that technology, maybe want to work with us together. We are open for all and everything, and thanks for your attention.